There are currently about 24 clans in Vanguard. There are a couple that really stand out as the most fun experiences in the game. And today we're going to be talking about my top 5 favorite fun decks to play in Vanguard. So I do want to point out this is completely opinionated and you can have a totally different opinion, and I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comment section below as to what your favorite cards are. And just a reminder, again, if you leave a like and subscribe to the channel while leaving a comment, you get entered to win a free box of the Secret of Truth Extra Booster Box. So yeah, if you're interested in that, be sure to leave a comment. And with that being said, let's jump into the list. So starting off, we have Dark Irregular. Dark Irregular is a clan completely focused on just filling their soul to a massive extent. Now you lose a ton of important cards with that sometimes, and watching yourself soul charge trigger after trigger can, well, trigger you. But when the deck performs what it's supposed to do in a really efficient way, it is so goddamn fun. Pulling off a Death Anchor into either a Demonator or another Death Anchor is this insanely powerful swing turn that you feel like you have such big control over the game. And on top of that, if you manage to soul charge Vrookalakis, you just get these powerful attacks. And speaking of which, Vrookalakis just in itself makes you get these really insane turns that just spark up randomly. Every now and then you'll soul charge from the top of your deck, pull in a Vrookalakis, and your Vanguard gets a 10,000 power boost, which just pushes insane damage. Other cards which I really enjoy using in this clan include Dorian the Thruster, which just gets massive as long as you're aggressively soul charging, and Werebear, which works very similar to Death Anchor, where it just swings for massive numbers. All in all, Dark Irregular is a clan which tends to trade off its consistency for really fun, powerful plays, and that's something I really enjoy about it. Now, the number 4 clan goes to Murakumo. And as much fun as Zambaku is and locking your opponent and you feel great about it and they feel terrible, that's not really the playstyle I like with the deck. Like, it's obviously the better deck, but I prefer the more fun playstyle which focuses on Mandala Lord. Mandala Lord allows you to pull out an insane amount of units and just fill your field out of almost nowhere, and cards like Turbulent Edge and Magi Mandala just allow you to build these widespread, synergistic fields which, with Excel circles, really push the envelope. On top of that, you have cards like Twin Swordsman Musashi, which forces your opponent to guard with more than one card and allows your really aggressive playstyle to push your opponent into a corner and just allows you to dominate. This is easily one of my favorite aggressive decks just because it gets so wide with so little hand cost, and you can do just so many really cool combos. And you just get this really great feeling that everything on your field works together, and it's just this really exceptional playstyle. Following that, we have the Nectar Clan, which we just talked about the other day, and this is a clan which allows you to create tokens in order to create powerful plays and gain advantage. You get cards which get buffed when you summon a token, cards which you get to draw if you have a certain amount of tokens on the field, and cards which sacrifice tokens in order to either draw a card or Superior Call. All of this, again, works much like Murakumo in this super synergistic way, which just feels really good about the deck. It's a more field-oriented, aggressive Force Clan, which is pretty rare, but it feels almost like what I wanted Royal Paladin to do when I was trying the deck out originally. It's a completely unique playstyle in the game, and it's something I really enjoy playing, and I think you should totally check it out. Next up, we have my favorite clan taking the number 2 spot, and that is Shadow Paladin. Now, Shadow Paladin works in a jack-of-all-trades sort of gameplay style. By sacrificing your own creatures, you get big buffs, you're constantly forcing your opponent to sacrifice their own units as well, and you hit these massive numbers which are just really difficult to deal with. It also has access to one of my favorite abilities in the game, being Phantom Blaster Dragon's auto damage. It comes with 3 conditions, which I think is a pretty good way to do an ability like this, where this can't be the first grade 3 that you ride, your opponent's board has to be empty, and they can't be at more than 4 damage. All of this combines to make a very fair-feeling card, even if it does come with the ability to repeatedly nuke your opponent's board. Beyond Phantom Blaster Dragon, though, we have really cool synergistic cards like Matcha and Sharon, and we also have cards like Skull Witch Domain, which allow you to build up a field and basically use them as an investment for the future so you can use some of your sacrificing abilities for free. It's a really cool clan for being able to indirectly affect your opponent's board, and that's something I really enjoy doing, especially when coupled with the ability to constantly get pluses in cards like Kar and Matcha and Domain. All of this together combines to make my favorite clan. Now in the number 1 spot, we have my second favorite clan. However, undoubtedly it is the most fun clan in the game for me. and that's Pale Moon. There are several clans which allow you to attack multiple times in the turn, however none of them really do it in this really fun kind of playstyle that Pale Moon has. You make these intricate kind of complex combo plays which you feel really good about when you do them correctly, and by putting the cards that you attack with into your soul, it stops your opponent from targeting them, allowing you to repeat the effect over and over again. Cards like Amaranth Beast Tamer and Comicality Chimera really allow you to play defensively with your important cards while gaining pretty good advantage. And while they're letting you play defensively, cards like Midnight Bunny and Purple Trapezist put a lot of pressure and give you a more aggro play style, giving you a pretty fun balance in between the two. However, obviously this is a more aggressive than defensive deck, and you can run out of resources pretty often. The big two cards which make this my favorite clan to play though are Golden Beast Tamer and Nightmare Doll Alice. Golden Beast Tamer allows you to push up to 5 or 6 extra attacks in a turn pretty regularly, which is really cool, and Alice allows you to add 3 or sometimes even 4 extra attacks on top of that by swinging herself into soul afterwards. These are amazing cards that you can just win the game off of. I've had games where opponents have played super aggressively against me and pushed me to 5 damage on turn 3, and then I drop Golden Beast Tamer and Alice and can use 5 counterblasts to get 11 or even 13, I think is the most I've ever done, attacks in one turn, which is just impossible for them to deal with unless they hit a trigger. The Pale Moon clan, while using a very similar theme to Gold Paladin, Aquaforce, and Nova Grappler, have this very creative way of doing their multiple attacks and just feel better than any other deck in the game to play when they're going right. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with my list? And if not, what are your favorite clans to play? Let me know in the comments section below, and if you do that, while liking and subscribing, you also get entered to win the Secret of Truth Extra Booster. With all that being said though, this has been Miracle Trigger. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you on Wednesday with another one.